What's up guys, today I'll be doing a review of the Fight2Finish 16-ounce hook and loop training gloves, so stay tuned.
Uber up the styles like miles and shit, like 60s funky worms with waves and perms, just sending junkie
What's up guys, so today we have these Fight2Finish 16-ounce hook and loop training gloves. We'll do the close-up weigh-in and review on. And these are 100% leather construction. This is a matte gray, black, and metallic silver color scheme. It is a Velcro closure glove. And you can see here, it's a really nice looking glove. If you do like the matte leather, it doesn't have really much of a shine to it, obviously because of the material, but it does feel nice, soft and supple. This particular glove has a triple thumb design with the matte gray with the metallic silver in between. You do have a leather attached thumb as well as a grip bar, and on the palm side you can see it incorporates the split palm, so you do have metallic silver, black piping as well as the black on the other side of the palm. And the 4-inch Velcro closure, which has the metallic all the way around, which looks really good, as well as that Fight2Finish screen printed logo. So overall you can see here just the kind of smooth grain of the leather. It's cowhide leather that they use here, as well as some close-ups on the stitching. You know, the areas typically where you see some imperfections and whatnot. I try to get real close up. You can see the hinge point right there, the Velcro. And you do have the polyester nylon liner as well. I'll show you guys the other glove. And again, I would say these gloves are very close to resembling Sabas Pro Series as well as the Infinitude gloves. I know they have those Raptors and the Harriers, but in terms of fit, feel, the kind of leather they use, and just the way they perform on the bag, these are really close to the Sabas Pro Series. Even the profile of the glove, the way it's shaped, is very similar to that. So let's go ahead and put this on the scale, see how much they weigh relative to what they're advertised as. So this is the right glove, which weighs right at 15.3. And the left weighs in right at 15.6. So the gloves are pretty close to each other in weight. You know, a little bit underweight as far as being 16 ounces, but for being training gloves, they're pretty close to being where they need to be at. So it's really nice to see that these gloves, weight-wise, are pretty much on point. So let's go ahead and do the review. What's going on guys, Carlo here, and today I'll be doing a review of these Fight2Finish 16-ounce hook and loop training gloves. As you can see, I got mine in this matte gray, matte black, and metallic silver color scheme. So if you're a big Raiders fan, shout out. These would probably be the colors you would want to roll with. And Fight2Finish is a company based out of Southern California that specializes in making boxing gloves, headgear, groin protectors, and other boxing related equipment. Now design wise, you can see here it's a really awesome looking glove. Has a mid to compact profile. You can see that the actual matte leather has a really nice texture to it. It has a little bit more of a smooth and almost feels like a chalkboard. And a lot of times you get a matte leather product, I would say the best way to describe it, it feels kind of like a chalkboard, obviously without the chalky residue on your hand. And that's how it feels, but it feels really nice and soft. Soft to the touch. The actual leather grain is really nice and thick right there. You do have this Fight2Finish logo on the back. And then rotating it to the thumb side, you can see they incorporate the triple colored thumb design. In this case, they just used the two colors, the matte gray on the side with the metallic stripe down the middle of the thumb. You do have an attached thumb. And on the palm side, you do have a pretty nice size grip bar right here, so you can really grip down when you make a fist with that. You do have the black piping as well as the black piping around the thumb and ventilated holes on the thumb as well as on the palm side, which is really nice to see. Then full wraparound Velcro strap that is in metallic as well. So that looks really good. You do have that full wraparound Velcro strap. One thing I do like about this glove a lot is this design is that they don't really have too many logos or graphics that's scattered all over the glove. They keep it pretty clean and simple. The actual Fight2Finish logo looks really good in my opinion. It looks really nice and classy. It doesn't look overdone. But they just really have that one logo on there, and there's not too much else to this glove. So, you know, me personally, I like a little bit more of the cleaner look to it, which I really like with this glove. You can see right here on the wrist, you do have, I would say, about an inch of padding all the way along here. And you can really see that they really incorporated a lot of padding. That way when you put these gloves on and you put the Velcro strap on, you really get a nice locked in feel, especially around your wrist area. So I really like that part of that. The inside liner uses a standard polyester nylon liner that you see in most boxing gloves. And you do have a piece of elastic that is stitched in here to keep the opening up here on the palm side closed when you have your hands in there with hand wraps. Now, if I were to describe this glove and compare it to any other glove I've used, it would probably be very close to the Sawboss Pro Series in terms of the way the leather is, how it looks, how the glove performs when you put your hand in it, how it actually feels. When you hit the bag, the kind of crack or feedback you get from it. I would definitely say the Sawboss Pro Series or any of the Infinitude, Raptor, or Harrier gloves is very similar to this one. Now, reaching out to the Fight2Finish team, I did ask them where the gloves were manufactured. They told me that it was confidential as far as disclosing where the gloves are manufactured. So I just took it for what it is. If I were to take a guess on where these gloves are made, they're most likely made in Pakistan, just based on the way it looks, the type of leather they use, and looking at other gloves I've owned in the past that are made in Pakistan that have a very similar look to these. That's what would be my guess on that. Obviously, I don't know for sure. It's just something that I'm guessing on as far as manufacturer goes. Now, quality of these gloves are really nice. The leather on here, again, is really nice with that nice soft and supple feel right here on the matte leather. You can see the metallic leather has a really nice shine to it as well. I really like the metallic as well as on the back of the Velcro strap. You can see the metallic has a really nice shine as well as on the palm side right there. The stitching is pretty decent overall. There's a couple of areas on this glove that you can tell that the stitching is kind of pulling away at the leather, mainly right here where the thumb comes in contact with the index finger. But the areas that are tucked in around the fingertips looks really good. I would just like to have seen a little bit more reinforcement. That way you don't really actually see the thread itself that's pulling through on the leather. But nonetheless, the lines are really nice and clean and sharp. You can see that the pattern on the palm side looks really good. It doesn't look off track, or they didn't double over on any parts. So a lot of times you see some gloves that the QA wasn't done very well, and that you'll see some of the stitching that's kind of doubled over and then not cut off properly. And they've done a really nice job right here with the stitching. And again, you can see right here, like just a little pieces that are fraying off right there. Not a huge deal, but if we were to look at this and nitpick, then you can see that there as well. I do like how this matte leather is bonded to the foam on the inside. And the thumb looks good as well. You can see that the thumb stitching looks really nice. The stitching on the back of the hinge of the glove looks really good as well. Everything is stitched in nicely. You do have a full length Velcro on the back of the wrist. And the Velcro strap is done very nicely as well. No issues with the stitching right here. I did find that you did have a little bit of threads coming loose right here. Again, I'm not a huge, it's not a huge deal to me that you have a little bit of fraying on this elastic. That's kind of expected, especially if you're using these gloves a lot. You're going to get some standard wear and tear with that. But again, you can see just some areas where some of the threads started to kind of come apart on the inside of the liner. Not a huge deal. I'm going to end up clipping that off. Then you can see right here, you do have the standard warning label that goes on the inside of the glove, but there's no actual tag on the inside that indicates where the gloves are made. So quality-wise, overall a really nice looking glove. My favorite part about the actual look of it is just the triple thumb, and the metallic silver looks really sharp with this glove. Now the actual comfort of the glove, putting these on, you slide your hand in here, put on this Velcro strap, You know, I automatically feel that the glove is really snug, which I like. I like nice snug fitting gloves. The hand compartment feels really good. I would definitely say this is a little bit more on the compact side for being a 16-ounce glove. So it should, you know, fit hands of different sizes. If you do have longer or fingers with bigger hands, it might be a little tight for you just because I have medium-sized hands and these feel snug enough for me. But then again, if you do use them, you might be able to break them in, kind of stretch out the leather and the foam on the inside. But my hand is in a nice natural position. The thumb position is really good as well. I don't feel like my thumb jams at the top. I don't feel like this stitching right here pinches down on my thumb, and it keeps it nice and parallel, which I really like, especially with like kind of the Mexican style gloves where sometimes the thumb is kind of poked out a little bit. I like how this one is really brought in and kept really nice and close to give you a nice, you know, nice form-fitting feel to it. Now the fingertip compartment, again, feels really good as well. You can feel the seam right here. I wish they maybe put a piece of a liner or a neoprene over the seam right here to give you a little bit more of comfort with your fingertip compartment. But the compartment itself feels really good. It's not too wide and it's not too small. I like the depth of the finger compartment. It's not too shallow and it's deep enough to where you can really roll your fingers over and make a really good fist with this glove. So I really like that a lot. So really comfortable. The wrist support is fantastic. It's probably one of the stronger suits of this glove is that they use a lot of padding along the wrist area to really give you that nice locked in feel. And the cuff isn't too long. I'd say that this glove is a little bit more on the shorter side, and I know some people prefer to have a little bit more of a shorter cuff, not one that drops all the way down their forearm. So I'd say this cuff on this glove runs a little bit more on the shorter side, which I know a lot of people prefer. Now making a fist with this glove, it does have a little bit of a break-in period. It's not a super stiff glove by any means, but it's not, you know, fully broken in when you get them brand new. So, you know, I've been using this for several weeks now, almost a month actually, and I feel that I finally really have broken them in. It doesn't take very much effort to make a fist with this, and I can really feel that I can really roll my hand over and make a fist with this glove without really any effort. Now opening the hand, the parry shots, that's gonna take a little bit longer. You can see that the foam, it just has a little bit more stiffness that I gotta break down, but over time that eventually will break down. Now the overall performance and protection of the glove is great as well. That's another strong suit of this glove, which I really like, is the style of multi-layer foam padding that they use in here. You can see that this is a little bit more on the firm side. You can push in on it, but it does a really good job of protecting your hands and giving you nice pop on the bag. Just like the Sawbass Pro Series, again, if I were to compare it between the two, that way you guys have an idea of what I'm kind of trying to describe with this glove. But you get really nice pop with that. You can see it does have a nice punching surface that's not too rounded over. It kind of flattens out as you land on the target that you're punching at, and you really get a nice satisfying pop and feedback feel with this glove. And again, once you really break these gloves in, that's when everything really conforms to your hand. So I definitely like the performance and the protection, especially on the wrist area. I didn't have any discomfort whatsoever. I use these gloves for round after round after round, and I didn't really have any issues with discomfort with this glove whatsoever, really. No pressure points, nothing that really hurt my hand, nothing with the finger compartment that really irritated me whatsoever. So I really like the fact that these gloves are really comfortable. And again, you can use this for kind of a multi-purpose glove in the gym, whether it be sparring, hitting the heavy bag, doing mitt work. This glove will do it really nicely for what you need it to do. Now, cost-wise, these gloves are $159, so they're $160, which are a little bit on the high side considering the other gloves that are in the same category. And it's a very nice glove, but once you start getting to like $150 on up range, a lot of the time people are going to look at the other high-end gloves, the Reyes's, you know, Winnings. Obviously, they're going to want to be able to spend a little bit more money. I don't think that the price is necessarily a bad price range. I'm just saying that I think with Infinitudes only being $70, and then you have Sawbass Pro Series, I think they're $129. You're really in a tough competitive market with these other brands that sell a similar product. So if you guys have any questions or comments, make sure you guys leave them down below in the comments box. I'll make sure to put the link in the description box where you can find these Fight2Finish training gloves, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.